Good morning, everyone. Have you ever had to deal with troublemakers? You know, people that just seem to cause problems or stir up trouble wherever they go. Well, in today's story, we're going to learn about a couple of troublemakers that David had to deal with. David had finally left the wilderness. He was back in the city where he was made king over all of Judah. And Judah is just one of the 12 tribes that David would eventually become king over. So after David's long journey of growing up as just a shepherd to running in the wilderness for his life, he had finally become king. But David had a couple of troublemakers to deal with. Their names were Joab and Abner. One day, Joab and Abner decided it would be fun to make some of their men play a dangerous game for their entertainment. All of the men involved, plus many more, ended up dying during this game. And Joab and Abner thought it was entertainment. Joab and Abner were selfish. They manipulated people and God for their own purposes. The Bible tells us about these two guys for 3 chapters in 2 Samuel 2-4. Why do you think these two guys got so much space in the Bible? What's the point about talking about people like Joab and Abner for so long? Well, the truth is, we have troublemakers in our lives too. The Bible shows us that God still moves and builds his kingdom in the midst of troublemakers. These bad guys can't do anything that will slow down or stop our powerful God from doing what he wants to do. Sometimes we have to work with people that maybe we don't really like too much. But the Holy Spirit can give us the strength to be kind and caring and remind us that God is doing great things in us and in our world. John 16:33b says, "In this world you will have trouble, but be encouraged. I have won the battle over the world." Jesus told us that there would be trouble in the world, that there would be troublemakers, and that bad things would happen, and that hard things would happen. But there's no need to worry or be discouraged, because God has already overcome the world. The troubles we face are absolutely nothing for him. Maybe you have someone in your life that just seems to stir up a lot of trouble. God is still able to achieve his purposes in the presence of troublemakers. Maybe someone at school is being unkind to you. But you don't need to worry because Jesus has overcome. He loves you and will care for you. Sometimes bad people do bad things in the world, but Jesus has overcome. There's no bad person that can stop Jesus from doing good in the world. Sometimes a crisis might happen, maybe a forest fire or a car accident or a global pandemic. But Jesus has overcome. And even though we may not know why these bad things happen, we know that God is still in control and is taking care of us. Sometimes bad things happen, and sometimes we have to deal with difficult people. But God is still good and still at work, and we can trust that he is building his kingdom in our messy, broken world.